Hi, everyone. This is Jason. Welcome back to the show. My guest today is Rachel Siegel. You know her online as CryptoFinally. Rachel is a content creator, educator, and recording artist, and MTV's first crypto expert. You can find Rachel on Twitter at CryptoFinally and her YouTube channel, CryptoFinally, through the link in the description below. It's your girl. It's Rachel. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I like that. I don't think anyone's ever introduced me as "It's your girl," and I think that needs to become more commonplace, in
Well,
my opinion.
it's your tagline. I mean, you know, that's who you are. And
It might be "It's your girl" might be the thing I'm most proud of.
Well, I remember that time you posted on, I think it was on Twitter, and someone was ragging on you about the whole MTV thing,
Mhm.
and you're like, I'm still MTV's first crypto expert. It's your girl.
I did, that tweet got a lot of attention, actually. So that tweet specifically, it's sort of funny that you mentioned that. There were actually two articles that were written about that tweet. One was on News BTC, and it was also cited in two Bitcoin.com articles.
Right. Well,
But there was an entire News BTC article just about Twitter and their reaction to MTV and me tweeting that. Like, it had less to do with the actual appearance on MTV and a lot more to do with the way that crypto Twitter was responding.
right. Well, and I mean that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about, because we have, especially now, I'm seeing a lot of back and forth on Twitter between the people who are the OGs and the people who are more recently in the space, and especially the content creators.
Okay.
And it's, for some reason, it's been that way because the people who code it and build it and scale it and all those things tend to have a different opinion of how we are doing what we're doing, because like we put ourselves out here,
Mm-hmm.
like you're Rachel, I'm Jason, people know us, and
Mm-hmm.
most of them have made up names and fake avatars. So so have you noticed that, like a disconnect between the people who are promoting crypto and the people who are making it?
I think that there's just a lot of different circles of thought when it comes to what it means to be in cryptocurrency. And that is something that I've struggled with a lot, because the common perception, because we're such a new place and we're so tech driven, so tech heavy, is that to be in cryptocurrency, you must be in one of these tech heavy domains. If you're not a coder, if you're not a dev, if you're not mining, if you don't have a company that's built something on the blockchain, it's kind of like a lot of people are saying, well, that just doesn't belong here. But I think what we're doing, and the importance of what we're doing, is sort of opening up that dialogue to approach expansion and exposure of the space in a different way that actually can involve more people who might not necessarily be so like-minded. So it's about opening up the space, but definitely I have experienced that.
Right. Well, and then I guess it begs the question of, every new thing needs people to promote it.
Mhm.
And crypto is no different, because even though people give you a lot of crap about being on MTV exposed a whole lot of people to crypto, like that
Mhm.
didn't know about it. And so I guess that's my next question is, when you went to, or when MTV approached you
Mhm.
and said, "Hey, do you want to be on our show?" Did they pitch it as you being someone to explain cryptocurrency, or how did that all go down?
Yeah, they wanted someone who was going to talk about cryptocurrency to a degree. So I had a really small role, in fact, on that show. Despite I shot the episode, it was like maybe like a 16-hour shoot, and they used like 3 minutes of me. So a lot more happened behind the scenes than was actually aired. I got really deep into talks about crypto with them. I was talking about ways to make it safer. I know that the episode itself was rooted in a SIM swap hack, so it was about stealing cryptocurrency. And they didn't actually air the safer ways to hold your cryptocurrency, but I tried. And me versus MTV is it's a not a winning battle on my end.
Right. Well,
But I did explain the things that people were sort of wanting me to explain, which is like there are safer ways to hold crypto. Go to a non-custodial wallet. Put your stuff in a paper wallet. Cold storage. Not using a 2FA on your phone number. Getting a PIN code put by your service provider. There are lots of things that were talked about that were not aired on MTV. I am sort of the mind, you know, yes, it did talk about cryptocurrency in the realm of someone stealing it, but it did talk about cryptocurrency at all. And an MTV audience really isn't one that's been involved in our community. And I think that we can tell that based solely by the amount of people who comment in, like, who even watches MTV? Like, why is this important? First off, I think that if it wasn't me, people would have responded different. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. I think if it wasn't me, and everyone wants to talk about me, I think if it wasn't me, people would have been a lot more excited for that MTV episode. Cite The Simpsons, which came out 1 week later, and everyone loses their minds. That stung personally, especially, and this is something that I think is really, really fascinating and important to acknowledge, and many people don't have the background information for this. MTV has never, ever, ever talked about cryptocurrency in the past, right? This was the very first time that they exposed their audience to cryptocurrency. The Simpsons have been talking about cryptocurrency since 2014. There have been references and explanations about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology on The Simpsons since 2014. The people who are watching The Simpsons have already seen this. And I'm sorry to put it that way, but the MTV spot and that reference of cryptocurrency open to a brand new domain and a brand new demographic of audience that The Simpsons release did not do. Am I saying The Simpsons wasn't cool? No, it was cool as hell. I am proud and I am happy. But it really is in the domain of places that we have existed before.
Right. Well, and not only The Simpsons, the show Billions referenced cryptocurrency.
Did they have a new reference? I know that they had old references.
Yeah, they had I think it was like two seasons ago. They referenced crypto. Of course, it was bad.
I met the guy from Billions at an eToro party. His name was Dollar something.
Oh, Dollar Bill?
Dollar Bill. I met Dollar Bill at a eToro party, and me and him had a really long talk about crypto and the media and social media as well. Yeah, we follow each other on Twitter.
But that goes to my point. I mean, you are out there, and you know, I'm trying to be out there, and other people are out there too, and we're out there in a way that people who aren't in the space can hopefully relate to, because I don't know if he would have the same conversation with you that he has with some of the devs that we interact with on Twitter.
No, to be fair, to be totally honest with you, I'm forgetting his real name, and I feel like an ass. I feel like it's like Audrey. It starts with like an A or something. But Dollar Bill, who I met at this party, and we were just having like a raging good time, right? So this story takes place at like 11 p.m. in a bar in a basement in New York City.
Or else did you have it?
I was there with him and the guy who played the elf on the Santa Claus. You know the Santa Claus movie?
Oh,
like
no, really?
Yes, the guy who plays Bernard the elf in the Santa Claus trilogy. Me, him, and Dollar Bill, we're all chatting it up and having like a great conversation about like why we're here in cryptocurrency, like what's going on, what this party's about. And no shade to anybody else, there were a lot of devs at that party, and you know, I walked up on a very lonesome Dollar Bill and Bernard the Elf. It was not difficult to get into a conversation with them. We had a really good time, but like they were standing there in their cell phones. So there is an amount of, you know, sort of being able to talk about this and get out there and do this. And there's a big subset of the community that's doing that now. I agree, they do butt heads at times with the developer community, people who, you know, I know a lot of them have diehard, like, influencers are my least favorite person in the world. And it's just like, guys, like, we're not spending that much time thinking about, like, you. I'm like,
right, sorry. Sorry.
So, So yeah, anyway, I've just went on a rant because I have a lot of feelings about this. But point being, I mean, I believe you're correct. I believe that people have different skill sets. And some people, that skill set is getting the word out, promoting, talking about the topic at hand. And for some people, it's building it. And we need both sides.
Yes. And that one, I want to bring that to the content that you're already putting out. And I mean, because you put out a lot of content. I mean, you're uploading almost daily, and it's the informational stuff is great, but I think a lot of people probably saw your music videos first. So why did you decide to go that route first instead of um, just explainer
Music.
videos?
Music and like parody is something that I've always done. So that was something that I had been doing before cryptocurrency. I wrote comedy songs for theaters. So that's how I would describe them, as musical theater and parody. And for the most part, those songs were about rotten boys, for which the market is oversaturated. So when I started getting involved in cryptocurrency, I thought, wow, what a cool way to take this thing that I love doing, bring it to cryptocurrency and provide some sort of fun entertainment for the space.
Okay.
I am still working on more music videos. The reason why it takes longer now is because those projects, like the original music videos I made, the ones with 20,000, 30,000 views on them, they took about 3 months in production just to get out the door. So because I dropped them so early on and I didn't have any followers, it was easy to have the perception that I just like smashed them all out. But really I had a schedule. You know, I had been working for 3 months. This week I'm releasing this one, next one I'm doing that. And there's also a lot of cost involved in the production of those. So there's a lot of moving ends. There's the music production, the animation. There's there's the I do it in different phases. So I do the lyrics, the music production, the animation sort of arc, the animation itself, followed by subtitles and lyrics on top, and then all of this stuff takes time, and so it's taking me longer to get the songs out. I have one really good one that I was really excited to put out, but it just does not vibe with the coronavirus. So I'm waiting.
I think I know. I have an idea of what the title is, but I don't want to say it.
It was a good one. It was in response to like the MTV stuff, and I got the song done. It was all ready, and then I was gonna shoot the video in Florida, and the coronavirus came, and now it's just like not the right time for my sort of sassy music video. But I am working on a couple others.
That's. I can't wait to see this. Well, okay. So your background before you started getting into crypto was in education. Is that correct?
Production for the most part, production, and then I was a teacher for a couple of years in the New York City public school system. So I do have an educational background, but also mainstream production, commercial, and theatrical.
And all of that has helped transition into this.
I think so. I do. I think the education has helped with speaking and sort of being able to explain the thoughts in my mind. And then production has definitely helped with the technical and the social media and getting my videos out, trying to have high quality content.
Nice. Well, and that it's interesting that because like I actually went back to school for broadcasting.
Okay.
Because I'm doing this, which is, interviewing people, and you have to keep the conversation flowing in a particular way. And hopefully I'm doing that now.
You're wonderful.
But I think that there's a lot that we can learn from traditional media and what we're doing, production value, making entertaining content, and and I have to congratulate you and applaud you on doing that, because you're definitely keeping people engaged.
Thank you.
So for my last question, so since we've been all locked away for the last few weeks, and pretty much all of the conferences have gone bye-bye, at least for the time being, have you found it difficult to maintain connection with people in the space outside of Twitter?
No, I mean, for the most part, I work online anyway. You know what that's like. So our jobs and what we do, and what we do on a day-to-day basis exists on the internet already. So for the most part, I'm connecting in the same ways that I normally would. Meetups have changed. Interestingly enough, there was a meetup, Crypto Mondays, that happens in New York that's now being done in virtual reality. So
Mm.
that's pretty cool. And I haven't hit that one up yet, but I do have a VR headset, which is helpful for times like these.
And we can also re-watch that episode on MTV.
Yes.
All right. Well, Rachel, thank you so much for joining me today. Everyone, I'm going to link Rachel's YouTube channel in the description below. And also, if you have any questions or comments about the things that you've heard today, put those in the comments below, and then we'll try to get some more information put out. And Rachel, hopefully you'll join me again soon. I really do appreciate you coming on today.
Yes, I would love that. And thank you so much for having me.
All right. Take care.